Welcome back to Collision Repair's Industry Insider. I'm your host, Allison Rogers. Today we chat with Jim Sarnovsky, the Director of Sales for Peter Kwasny Inc. and its SprayMax systems, to learn more about the company's aerosol can solutions and more, plus what's on the horizon for this Germany-based business. So Jim, first of all, thank you so much for being here today with us. We really appreciate it. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of the products and solutions that Peter Kwasny and SprayMax offer, could you just tell us a little bit about the company?
Yes, the company is based in Gundelsheim, Germany. It's in between Frankfurt and Stuttgart. And the company's been around since 1956. Interestingly enough, today it still remains a family owned business in this era of consolidation. We've been operating on both sides of the Atlantic for a number of years. The company came into North America around 2005, and we sell into the retail market in Europe, and we sell the professional market in North America, which includes Canada and the United States.
Okay, so you say the business is still a family business, which, like you said, that's obviously kind of an anomaly today in this day and age. Could you tell listeners why that's so important to Peter Kwasny and SprayMax?
Well, I think that when decisions are made, there's a small group of people that we need to go to in order to hear our voice. That can be a positive and that can be a challenge, but we look at it as a positive. They're great people, they're committed to the business. And I think having that ability to go and discuss relevant topics and issues allow us to get to the market a lot quicker and allow us to really be more productive in the long run.
Gotcha. So yeah, like I said, it's absolutely impressive to be touting that reputation in this era of extreme consolidation. So onto the products. What makes the SprayMax systems unique?
The spray, well, and you hit it right on by saying it's a system. There's a lot of different products out there, a lot of great products, a lot of great companies selling competitive type of products to SprayMax. But what we do is we have a complete system from start to finish related to repairs. We have both one component and two component aerosols, which is unique in our business. Traditionally, one component aerosols are the standard, but we invented the two component aerosol. So it allows us to do professional repairs, the same as you would do with a spray gun, but you're doing it out of a different delivery system, in our case, an aerosol can. So once again, it's just the breadth of the product line, doing a repair from start to finish, and it allows us to do a very professional repair that can be used in shops, restoration shops, dealerships, many other types of accounts that use our products to this day.
So I've heard a lot of people hear the words paint in an aerosol can and assume that they can paint an entire vehicle, an entire complete job with it. In the same breath, they call it crazy though. So what do you say to that?
It's actually quite funny you say that because we've had some of our own people try to abuse the system by trying to paint an overall vehicle with it, and of course that's not what our system is designed for. We're designed to do small repairs. Various parts of the vehicle is more suited for blends and doing different types of repairs, and this is where our system really is superior to others out there. So yes, we do get people trying to abuse it and try and do too much with it, but in reality, we're there to support the overall business by doing small repairs and doing them professionally. Our products, we don't make our own products that go into the aerosol cans. Every one of our products are OE approved by the major paint companies. And so that allows us to give the end user the confidence that they're using a quality product when they're doing the repair. And since we do have a two component option, which is really meaning it's a catalyzed product that'll add to durability, then we can do a professional repair, and not so much to try and do the whole vehicle, but do the repairs where they're intended.
Okay, gotcha. No misunderstandings here. Your system is for small repairs, not completes. So what kind of applications are the systems designed for? Can you give some examples of why a collision center may use the system?
Sure. One of the big things that we do in our system is color, whether it is base coat, solvent-borne base coat, or waterborne base coat. We don't have a universal can that fits all. We look at the individual paint technologies, and the paint companies approve our cans for use with their products. So you can be confident that you're not going to get a color shift, or you're going to get a great representation of the actual color when you're using one of our cans. So in essence, you can do a base coat, or uniqueness of our system is you can also do a single stage, which is really a paint and a clear coat all in one catalyzed system. So it can be used for a variety of operations in the shops. So color is one of our biggest advantages, to have cans that are designed for each individual paint technology. The other things we do are things like epoxy primers, where it's a true two-component epoxy primer. So what restoration shops will often use that, and they can utilize this for corrosion protection. And shops actually use it a lot for corrosion protection as well. Other traditional aerosols don't have that two-component capability. So we do have some uniqueness, and it allows customers to do professional repairs all in this one system. So it's a lot of fun to work with, and we often find more uses than we would have originally expected when we get into the shop environment.
So what makes the solution suitable for small repairs, as you're saying, and the features that you've mentioned, OEM approved paint inside the cans? What makes a solution like this something that is attractive to a collision repair center?
That is a great question. Really, we've always gone on the premise that you can save time and money with our system. And to have customers tell us that this, in fact, is the case is probably the greatest gratification for using our system. So, for example, we have reconditioning centers, and reconditioning centers will bring in vehicles, whether it's the end of leases or whether it's just used cars that they want to get fixed to then put on their used car lot. We have a 23 store chain in the United States that utilizes the SprayMax system, and they tell us that in these 23 shops, they can save 1 day a week per shop by using SprayMax. What they're doing is they're doing these small repairs in the prep area prior to it going to the paint booth. So the great news about that is not only are they getting a professional result, but this also allows them to get more cars through the paint booth. So the paint companies are happy because they're using more paint. Spray gun companies are happy because they're utilizing that technique for doing overalls. But when we get that type of result from a reconditioning center or a chain of reconditioning centers, we know we're on the right track for doing these types of repairs. The other type of environment really is the car dealerships that use our products as well. And again, they'll use color. They'll get common OE codes come in, and they'll be able to, instead of throwing away the excess paint, they can put it in one of our cans, and it can last up to a year after that. When they get that same color into their shop, they can just spray it up, do a test, and then make sure they have the correct color and go on and do some repairs. So when customers like that tell us that they can save time and money, and they can actually show us that, it really makes us quite pleased. The other thing, real quick, if I could, when I talk about the epoxy primers, there is a two-component product, so it has to be catalyzed in order to give it that corrosion protection. And the great thing about that product for us is that once it is catalyzed and ready to use, there's no induction time. You just shake it, do a test, and you're ready to go, and it gives you the full corrosion protection. But the great news about that, you can use that product for a full week in a shop. So shops will never run out of shelf life or pot life, let's say, for that product. They'll always use it up. And I think that's important too, because there's less waste that way, and they can really get the performance out of the system that was intended. So I just wanted to make that point as well.
Obviously, being present in the North American industry here since around 2005, almost 20 years now, your company knows that automotive painting and refinishing practices can change in a flash pretty quickly. So what's new from SprayMax? What have you guys got in development for the new age of painting?
Well, there's a number of things that we've worked on recently. As you say, we're always trying to keep it fresh because there are more demands for products in an aerosol system. So we keep looking at what products might be saleable. We've had some unique products recently where we have some ready to spray products in two component, where traditionally shops would have to mix paint, and they can save a lot of time and money by just catalyzing or activating a can and using it. So we have a 2K gloss black and a 2K gloss white ready to spray coating. So it's a paint that's ready to spray, and they can use it on trailers or and anytime they want just a high quality corrosion protected black or white. We've introduced these products in recent times. Some of the insurance companies have gone after our texture coating when they are repairing bumpers as opposed to replacing bumpers. We have a couple of insurance companies that recommend the SprayMax product for that. So a texture coating is used, and we're getting having a tremendous amount of success with that. We have a very interesting headlight repair clear coat, which is unique. It's not an appearance product where in 4 months, 6 months down the road, the yellowing of the headlight will come back. This will actually, once you sand it and prepare it and apply our clear coat, it'll last the same length as the outside clear coat on your vehicle. So it's actually an overhaul, and a lot of car companies in Europe are using that, and we're introducing it in North America. So that has been very exciting, and the people, whether all types of end users are getting the most out of that and are starting to use it more. One area that we are now focusing on for the future too is our UV repair system. And once again, as traditional with SprayMax, we tend not to just put one product here or one product there. We're trying to do a complete system where you go from start to finish in a repair. And I think with UV, that's very important. The things that are important about it is that there's so much time saved in the pre-paint side of the business. So in body filler and then primer stages, those steps are where you can really make a difference in saving a lot of time for the shops to be able to turn cars over quicker. So we're doing that right from the beginning. We'll have a body filler and a glaze, and then we'll get into the primer steps before color, and we'll even have a clear coat. So don't want to talk about it too much right now because we're still in the process, but we're very excited about that. And the tests that we've done have been very good in the field, but we will have a complete system from start to finish to really ensure that we can save a lot of time and money and effort for these shops. And we're excited about introducing that as we get into 2022.
All right, we've got some exciting stuff on the UV front. I can't wait to hear more about that in the new year. But I just want to touch on the fact that you mentioned there, you have insurers recommending your product. Can you explain why that's clearly a big deal here?
Well, I think the important thing with getting that kind of recommendation is that they view products out in the marketplace that could potentially be a solution for that type of repair. And there were a few options that were evaluated. And then when they looked at ours, the big thing was adhesion and the quality and the texture that remained. And they do a lot of testing. And I think that's probably the most important thing, that we feel very comfortable and very honored that they selected our product because of various properties, as I mentioned, like the adhesion, the color, the texture. So while they evaluate a lot, if we come up with the solution that they're most comfortable with suggesting to their end users, that obviously goes a long way with us feeling confident about our products and in showing that to more and more types of customers.
Exactly. It's obviously a big stamp to receive that kind of approval from an insurer. So back to the UV system. Let's take it back to the UV system here. Who is the system designed for? Who do you see benefiting from this system that you guys release next year?
Yeah, traditionally you think of more volume shops that are under the pressure to get vehicles out, but have it done having quality repairs done. This is where it's really going to fit in. The more volume you can put through, and the more you can use UV system in order to save the time and money, the more productivity the shop or dealership is going to see. We've been working with both independent shops and dealerships with a great deal of success. So I think typically where there's more volume, you can get the benefits more. There are some other industries where people some mobile repairs where once they invest in the system, they can really get the payback quickly. So it can be versatile for other types of customers as well. So, we're going to take a look at our strategy and make sure that we get it to the shops that it really will see the most benefit financially from it.
Yeah, and I noticed while we were chatting here, you have plenty of demonstration videos available for all the various systems on SprayMax TV, the YouTube channel.
Yes, we and we're going to continue. We're going to strive to make it even easier and simpler for people to see repair processes. While we have that existing, as you say, we're constantly looking at how to improve that, how to make it even more user friendly, so it's understood by whether it's a shop in the shop environment or in a dealership environment or restoration type situation. There's also a lot of very good people that do their own repairs at home. And I think these videos, we want to make sure we go to somebody that may be a little less experienced all the way to people that are very experienced, and try to give them a solution that will fit what they're involved in for the type of repair that they're doing. So yes, we do have the videos, but one of our goals in 2022 is to continually update and upgrade them to make it easier, even more user friendly, so people can really get the most benefit out of our system.
Excellent. Well, cool. We've got the UV system to look forward to next year. I'm sure we'll see a YouTube video on that. Can't wait to see it all in action. But that's all the time we have for today. I just want to say thank you so much, Jim, for giving us all the information and the data statistics there, the information on the products. Thank you so much for that. To learn more about any of the systems or products we've chatted about here, please visit kwasny.com. That's KWASNY.com. And be sure to subscribe to Collision Repair's Industry Insider wherever you get your podcasts. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We'll see you next time.